Hi Sagittarius, welcome at your channel Tarot Enlightenment with Annemiek. I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. Welcome if you're new here. I suggest you subscribe. I already have a card for you, Butterfly. I'm continuing shuffling. It's a lovely card. Oh. Because my camera is warning me that I should delete more, how do you call it, data, but I did what I am capable of doing and I can't delete the backups anymore. So I don't know what's going to happen. The capacity of the phone is 93% is done now, is gone. So I don't know when I will be posting again. The camera already crushed. I don't need cards from this deck, obviously. There's nothing happening there. Okay, you. Hi, Sag. The butterfly is somebody who wants to either heal his wounds or wants to enjoy his own life instead of being in the picture. And it doesn't have to be that you're a performer of some kind or motivational speaker, but it can be that within your family, that's the role that's given you. The role of being the host, the role of having your house open for everybody, the role of the woman or man who is making the jokes, telling the anecdotes, keeping the party alive. Maybe normally that's you, or maybe it's a role. I think it's the role. A role, because yeah, it's a role. You know, think about what roles you have for what people. Do you act differently when you're amongst friends and strangers or family or your lover or your best friend or neighbors? Do you act differently? What does it mean that you have the role as a neighbor? What does it mean to you? What's the definition of being a good neighbor or a bad one? Can you do anything about the adjective that people put in front of you? It's their perspective as well, and at the same time, it's your perspective, the way you feel, what you think that somebody else should do, because that's your function, that's the role. But who assigned that role? Was it given to you by birth? Most probably when you're the oldest in the family. You have more responsibility. Maybe you got so much responsibility as a child that now you're allergic to responsibility. Now you're like a vagabond crossing the world. Maybe you're going from one job to the other. You don't want anything steady. Maybe you don't want to be in relationships. You don't want to deal with your children. You don't want the responsibility because your parents gave you too much responsibility too soon. If this didn't happen to you, but if you have children, be careful. If you give somebody too much responsibility too soon, later in life, he or she will do the opposite, most probably. Or will feel responsible, and that's many of you, huh, Sagittarius? Especially when your ascendant is ascendant is Sagittarius. I'm getting hot now, yeah. That because people gave you too much responsibility, or you took it yourself because other siblings didn't do it, or maybe in high school, maybe you did everything and you're still doing it. You are taking automatically all responsibility upon you. But do you really like it? Are you happy with it? Oh, but if I don't do it, nobody does. Is that true? Should you care? Because you do care, people can cross your borders and say, oh, he will fix it. Oh, she always put the menu and the decorations for Christmas for us on table in our house, so we don't have to do anything this year. Why not? Why would you? Why wouldn't you? Two cards. Yeah. King of Pentacles and the Devil. Yeah. You are the good guy. You are the guy who wants peace, who has peace, who is happy, who has abundance, who's a good father, a good leader, who is the best marriage material that you can imagine. You are amazing. You're grown up. You have good chemistry with people around you. You have a great dynamic with the people who work for you. Maybe you've been a great leader. Maybe you were a performer of some kind. A singer, a magician. And now you're like, you did well. Pooh, you were so successful. Pooh, I feel you gave the best that you have. I wanted to say had, but you still have it. But are you still willing to give it? I don't think so, because look, it doesn't have to be within a marriage, but it's possible, yeah? Look at the chains. They're not happy, huh? These people are not happy. They feel that they're being controlled by this creature. By most probably a creature that you mentally made up. I have to do this, I have to do this. Or maybe you have a company that is so big now, that is so large that you're like, I want to get out. It's too much for me now. I don't like it anymore. Maybe you have so many employees now that you're only doing logistical stuff, administration, that kind of things. Maybe you're all about structure and regulations and standards and norms and watching over people instead of doing the job yourself. You started this company because you enjoyed it, because it made you happy. But now the work changed and you're not happy with it anymore. Do I need to get an advice card for you, Sagittarius, or is it clear? I'm going to get a... Yeah. I'm going to get... wait, I need to go through you to get a different deck. Ooh. Ooh, that's loud, isn't it? What do you want now? What do you want now? It's like, for some people, it's like another phase, another cycle of life is ending, is starting. Yes, you do. I think I had this before. Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands in this deck is an ostrich. I had it reversed. I'm going to show you it the right side, yeah? The Knight of Wands is normally somebody who's following his dreams, who is continuing what he's doing, who made plans or who had ambitions or dreams and executed them. But now, Four of Cups, it's been offered to you to do this again, but you're like, it's not my dream anymore. I don't want to follow through. I don't want to be committed anymore. I'm not willing to take action anymore. You don't want to be prepared to take action anymore. And the last card that I had also reversed, Page of Cups. Normally it's very, you see, this looks peaceful. Now I have it like this. It's like it's almost as if it's about to fall in the waves, in the emotions. Normally the Page of Cups is somebody who loves you or it, the situation, this job, sincerely, who is fond of every aspect of it. But I got it reversed now, huh? It's something. It's also like the Page of Cups can also be. I will teach them. I will teach them. I will tell them. I will. But I don't know if he's not. The warning with the Page of Cups is always that superficiality might happen. You might be superficial, not really sincere about your love. And look, it's also shown here in this deck. In the cup there is sand. And sand with water creates mud. So maybe there were always aspects, though you were very successful and it was sparkling and you had fun with it, but maybe you wanted to be retired way earlier in time. Your heart isn't in it anymore, I think. Or maybe your heart is in it now, and therefore you can tell now, this is not my thing anymore. This is not my thing anymore. I was asking for an advice card. So the advice is, if this opportunity is given you again, think about it. And you won't put your head in the sand, because this card was reversed. Don't go through with it. That's what these cards say. For some of you, it might be very something really. It's like I'm almost confused. If I can't do that anymore, then what should I do? And it's not only about the little things in life. It may also be this might also be about the discovery of life. Discovering that this all is an illusion. Maybe you're getting the theory behind enlightenment. Or maybe the theory is getting to you in experience. You know, I don't see the world in 3D. I see the world in 2D. I see it like a poster. So when I'm stressed, I always bump into stuff. Not outside, because then I pay attention, I guess, but inside my house I bump it. I always have bruises, blue bruises everywhere then, because I don't see space. I don't see perspective, spatial perspective. And my both eyes are the same. That's the optimetrical explanation for it. I see the world as a poster, so for me it's clear, this isn't real. I'm still very into everything. I want to experience everything. But maybe something for you happened like this, that you were doing life or this job, dealing with people, associating with stuff you like, people you like, and now you're like, but why? Why do we do this all? What's the point? What's the point? The ego always pops up. Maybe you start to see that, to notice that when you're not with the ego, not with pain and suffering and death and loss and defeat and deceit and jealousy and all things negative, but when you're in the space towards going to God, that's where you want to be. That's called satsang. Sat means truth, and sang is Sanskrit for meeting. Maybe that's the bigger picture. Pooh, a layered reading. I wish you well. I don't feel confused in a negative way for you. So you won't be confused. Maybe this is a description for you and you already know this. And maybe it's you needed the advice card, or maybe this is a prediction and you will find out the next 2 weeks. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe, because I don't know when I will be posting again because of my camera. And thank you for watching. I see you.